The Champions League draw is this Friday, the quarter-finals, and Tottenham are there among the elite. The 8 teams are going to be drawn out 11 o'clock this Friday coming for the quarter-final draw. Now, it really didn't start very well for Tottenham in the Champions League. Of course, the group stages, the first game was at the San Siro, Inter Milan away. We took a 1-0 lead. And sadly, we ended up losing the game, 2 late goals, and we lost the game 2-1. Of course, then, back at Wembley Stadium, second match day, a 4-2 defeat at home against Messi and co. A superb Barcelona team beat us 4-2, which of course that was 2 defeats out of 2 Champions League group stage games. Not the best way to start the campaign. Then away at PSV, Hugo Lloris was sent off. It finished 2-2. Everybody was on a downer, thinking we were never ever going to come out of the group, having not won one of the first 3 games. Then match day 4, a 2-1 win at Wembley over PSV. Match day 5, back at Wembley, Inter Milan. We won the game 1-0. And then all we needed, if Inter and PSV were going to get a draw, we would go through if we got a draw. All we needed to do was match their result. Then, of course, we're at the Camp Nou, the home of Barcelona, one of my favourite away days ever, actually. It was a superb trip. Lucas Moura popped up and put us through to the last 16. Getting us the very, very much needed equaliser and securing us the last 16 place. It was a superb night. The fans didn't stop singing. The celebrations when we went through was just incredible. An incredible moment I will never ever forget. Anyway, it was a miracle that we actually got through to the last 16. But thanks to Lucas Moura and his equalising goal, absolutely brilliant, and we went through. And then, of course, we drew Borussia Dortmund in the last 16 of the Champions League. Of course, we played them in last season's Champions League in the group stages, winning both the home game and the away game. This season was no different. We actually won the first leg 3-0. What a lead to take to Signal Iduna Park for the second leg. Now, the first game at Wembley, the first leg, Sonny actually put us 1-0 up from a Jan Vertonghen cross, an assist. Jan Vertonghen actually scored the second goal, and then Fernando Llorente headed in from a Christian Eriksen cross late on. But what a 3-0 lead to take to a team away in Germany who were sitting flying high on top of the Bundesliga. Absolutely brilliant. So of course we all went there full of confidence, knowing that if we just scored one goal, one away goal, it would put us through. And of course Harry Kane did that. What a superb assist from Moussa Sissoko in the second half, and Harry Kane does what Harry Kane does best. But the whole of the spine of the team, the performance was absolutely exceptional in the away leg. Hugo Lloris made some exceptional saves. Jan Vertonghen, of course, was fantastic at the back again. Moussa Sissoko and Harry Kane. But it was an absolutely brilliant performance, and I must say that the performances both at home and away are probably Tottenham's 2 best performances of the season so far. Of course, there are 8 teams left in the Champions League. Which one of these 7 clubs would you like Tottenham to face in the quarterfinals? Manchester United. Would we want to play Manchester United in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? It wouldn't be ideal. It really wouldn't. Although they've got a huge stadium, almost 75,000 capacity at Old Trafford, they have just beaten PSG. Last round, the round of 16, they actually beat PSG. It was 3-3 after the 2 legs. But Marcus Rashford actually scored a 94th minute penalty to actually put them through and win on away goals. Lukaku also grabbed 2 goals in that game. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is really working his magic at Old Trafford at the moment. No doubt that, in my opinion, I think that he will get the full-time job, and rightly so. He has got an excellent record, and he's really turned them round since Mourinho left. In the group stage of the Champions League, Manchester United played Juventus, Valencia and Young Boys. Out of the 6 group stage games, they actually won 3, they drew 1 and lost 2. Would I want to play Manchester United in the quarterfinals? Definitely not, so I hope that we don't draw them. Manchester City, of course, Pep Guardiola really wants to win the Champions League. Would I want to play them in the quarterfinals? Absolutely not. The team are on absolute fire at the moment. They've just beaten Schalke over 2 legs, 10-2 on aggregate, 3-2 away, and an astonishing 7-0 victory at the Etihad Stadium at home. They actually topped their group. They topped Group F, winning 4 games, drawing 1 and losing 1. The quality throughout their team is just amazing. Aguero and Jesus score goals for fun. They really do. They actually played Lyon, Shakhtar Donetsk and Hoffenheim in the group stages. Of course, they play at the Etihad Stadium, 55,000 capacity. I hope we avoid them in the quarter-final draw. Ajax. Of course, they have just knocked out 13 times champions of the Champions League, Real Madrid. What a performance in the last round. They actually won 4-1 away at the Bernabeu Stadium. They actually won 5-3 on aggregate. Former Southampton player Tadic, he actually got 2 assists and 1 goal in that game, and he's already got 6 Champions League goals this season so far for Ajax. Unbeaten in the Champions League. In the group stages, they played Bayern Munich, Benfica and AEK Athens. They actually won 3 and drew 3. They play at the Johan Cruyff Arena, almost 55,000 capacity. Would I fancy a trip there? Yes, I definitely would. Of course, we've got a lot of former players, Jan Vertonghen, Christian Eriksen and Toby Alderweireld, and I'm sure that they would love to go back there. FC Porto, they were actually unbeaten in the group stages of the Champions League, winning 5 games, drawing 1. They actually played Schalke, Galatasaray, Lokomotiv Moscow. They actually beat Roma in the last round, in the round of 16. They won 4-3 on aggregate, winning 3-1 at home after extra time. Their capacity of their stadium is 50,000. Would I want to play FC Porto in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? Yes, absolutely. This is one of the clubs that a lot of Tottenham fans have been talking about, either Ajax or FC Porto. It would be a fantastic away trip, and I'm sure that we would win the home game, so I'll be very confident against FC Porto, even though they were unbeaten in the group stages. Juventus. They have just got through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League after a 3-0 home win, winning 3-2 on aggregate. Atletico Madrid were actually 2-0 up after the first leg, but Juventus have turned it round. Ronaldo hat-trick. Even at the age of 34, Ronaldo is still doing it constantly in the Champions League. He's looking now for his 6th Champions League winners' medal. Would I want to go back to Juventus? Of course, they beat us last year. No, I wouldn't fancy that whatsoever. If we were going to play Juventus in this competition, let it either be in the semi-finals or the final of the Champions League. Of course, they won Group H. They won 4 games. They lost 2 in their group with Manchester United, Valencia and Young Boys. Allianz Stadium, of course, went there last year, and their capacity is 41,500. Barcelona are now through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. No surprise, really. They've just played Lyon. They actually drew 0-0 in the first leg, but they have won their home leg, the second leg, 5-1. Of course, Messi got a few goals for them. And of course, we know all about Barcelona. We played them this season twice. They beat us 4-2 at Wembley, and then of course we drew 1-1 to actually qualify for the last 16. Would we want to play Barcelona again? Probably not. If we were going to play Barcelona, let's wait for a semi-final or a final if we made it. But Barcelona, you just expect them to be there. Very, very, very strong team. Probably one of the favourites to win it. Liverpool have just made it to the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and what a way to do it. They have just beaten Bayern Munich away from home 3-1. Mane scored a couple of goals tonight, and what a performance by them. No, I don't think anyone expected that, did they? 3-1 away to Bayern Munich. Unbelievable. Bayern Munich going out as well as Real Madrid in this round. I don't think a lot of people expected that. Anyway, Liverpool finished second in Group C. They actually played PSG, Napoli and Red Star Belgrade. Would we want Liverpool in the Champions League quarter-final? I don't think so. Definitely not. We've actually got Liverpool as our next Premier League away game. I think it's the only ground, actually, that Pochettino hasn't won under or as being Spurs boss. So I don't think I'd want Liverpool, no. So the UEFA Champions League draw is at 11 o'clock UK time on Friday. This Friday coming. Let me know in the comment section below who you would like Tottenham to play. Which one of the 7 clubs would you like Tottenham to play and would be confident in winning? Come on, you Spurs.